You're here at Deep Cut Energy, the B-side channel, and I'm about to smoke this Ave Maria Argentum Perfecto. I'm going to give you an honest review so you can get some B-side magic. So let's get into this here at Deep Cut Energy. Let's roll the intro. So this Ave Maria Argentum, I've been looking forward to this all week. Been a rough week, man. I don't know what's going on at work. Everybody works. Everybody has their bad weeks. I don't know if I was just on the rag or what, or if it was everybody else or a combination. But man, it felt like I had a fuse about that long, and that everybody in the world had a fucking flamethrower, man. So I am just stoked to be home. It's Friday night. I'm still doing my dry January, so I'm out here with my espresso. Probably never sleep tonight. I don't care. It'll be fine. But this thing, been looking forward to it. I've had one before, but I haven't gone through and given a full-on review and taken my time with it. But this is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. I love a Habano wrapper, and it's Nicaraguan binder and filler. Let's get into it. I'll just tell you right off, if you're not familiar with my videos or my process, I don't feel like I taste the same things that other people taste, but I do feel like I have a superior smelling ability. I pick up on notes. A lot of times I'll be able to tie those in with a certain time and a place, and hopefully that'll help guide you down the way to be able to do the same. So right off the jump, it's weird to me almost every time I light a cigar now. I get that book note, but this has got maybe to me like a little more almost soap or wax. Like not scented wax, not like a scented candle, but just like wax, like an unscented wax. Well, somewhat unscented wax. The taste is dark. I would, as much as I don't typically pick up tastes from cigars, other than, your high level smokiness or whatever. I get what I'm saying is I don't always pick up like the chocolatey notes. Some people are like, I pick up chocolate. And not dark chocolate, like a milk chocolate, a chocolate bar. I don't usually get that. Maybe I will develop eventually, but I'm getting like a leather taste, I would almost say like a burnt leather or charred leather. It's not unpleasant. I like it, and it really is pairing well with this espresso in my fancy cup. It's espresso with heavy cream too, by the way. So I know that's blasphemous to some people. Don't care. And I would put that smell, I said book or old book, but that's like a leather bound book. Very much what I get off of that. Like a leather bound book. Man, this would be awesome if you had like a leather bound and you were reading something with this cigar. That'd be nice. But that conflicts more because that's like, I get almost like a new leather binding, like her outer cover on maybe an older book, but the leather's new on the smell, but the taste is still like more of a burnt leather, like a charred leather, like if you branded some leather. And I would say that nose is coming from that Habano wrapper, and the oil's starting to heat up and get warm. That's a pretty common. That would be good with like an Elijah Craig toasted barrel. So the taste right on the tip of my tongue, man, I can't quite place it. It's some kind of a char, but not bad, not like burnt to a crisp char, just some kind of a char that I can't quite put my finger on just yet. Right on the tip of my tongue. And I'm going to even up this burn line just a little bit and get a good smell of that wrapper. If you've watched my video on not panicking when you get a canoe, this is why. Oh my God, that's good. Maybe like old cardboard a little bit. And again, not in a bad way. And the smoke, maybe this is what people mean when they say creamy. But to me, it's soft and cool, even past that first band. Powdery, I would say, texture-wise, not taste-wise. It doesn't taste like baby powder or anything. It's like talc. The texture of the smoke, not the taste, not the smell. That ash seems to be holding on pretty good, at least that far. We'll see. I'll probably end up dumping it on myself. So I just went ahead. I was worried that ash was going to fall, so I gave it just a slight flick. It's still holding on pretty good. a little bit of maybe bitterness, not in a bad way. Again, I mean, these flavors, sometimes in a cigar, you pick up a flavor that the descriptor makes it sound like maybe it's not good, but that bitterness, that tannic taste is not bad. It's like coffee. Coffee it's an acquired taste. Okay, story time. Several years ago, I took my daughter to Nashville. She was probably 11. I took her there at Christmas. We went to the Opryland Hotel just to walk around and look at the lights. She'd never been there. I was there for work at one point, and I knew how beautifully they decorate it. And it was nice. We got there. It was a fucking circus, but we managed to eat in a little restaurant there they have like a little, I don't know, koi pond type of a lazy river deal for fish or something. And we ate there, and had a nice steak. I had a Guinness. We walked, I don't know, we probably got 10,000 steps in that place. But then when we were going to leave, there was a Starbucks in there, and she wanted a Starbucks. She doesn't drink coffee. She's 11. But I've been drinking coffee since I was like 9. So I'm like, well, yeah, we can get a coffee. I'm like, but look at that line, man. That line is insanely long. Everybody was in line to get a Starbucks coffee. And she kept saying she wanted I think a pumpkin spice latte, or she had some kind of a latte in mind. Don't know where she'd ever heard of it. And so we drive home. It's a long-ass drive home. I don't live next to Nashville. So we drive home. It's nighttime. And I told her we'd get her a coffee on the way home. And so I can see, I'm beat though. Man, by the time we pass the exit where I can see the Starbucks, that's the last Starbucks between us and home, I say to her, like, hon, why don't we just wait until tomorrow and we'll get you Starbucks. And my daughter's a fucking gangster, man. And she's just like, okay, like, no argument, no nothing. But I could tell. I'm like, she's really got her heart set on having a Starbucks coffee. So I asked her, I'm like, you got your heart set on having a Starbucks? She's like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, we're getting off the exit. We're going to get you a Starbucks. And so on the way, as we get off this exit, right, we still got a couple minutes. And of course, Starbucks line's always got several people in it. And I'm like, are you sure you want whatever it was she was ordering? Didn't seem like it was going to be very sweet to me. And I'm like, your first coffee might need to be offset with some cream and sugar. Nope, she had her mind set on it. So she got that, and I think I got a double espresso, or I might have got a cold brew. I can't remember. Fucking doesn't matter. That is my grandma. By the way, that ash, I tried to flick it again. It's still holding on really well. So we get her coffee, an iced latte she wanted. An iced latte. I don't even think she wanted it flavored. And so I've got my coffee, and I'm drinking, and I see her take a sip of hers, and I knew this was going to happen, but I didn't want to discourage the kid. She takes a drink of it, and I can see her kind of like, ooh, like that was not what I was expecting. So we drive on down the road a little bit, and she tries to take another sip of it, and I can tell it's killing her. And I'm like, hon, you don't have to finish that coffee if you don't like it. And she says, well, I don't know. I think maybe they did something wrong to mine. It's got like a skunk, like burnt taste to it. And I'm like, hon, that is coffee. That's strong coffee. That's the flavor. So it's not bad, right? Anybody who drinks coffee, especially strong coffee from time to time, you don't even think about that fucking skunk flavor or scent to it. We're like used to it. We've become immune to it. And so when I say that this has a little bit of a bitter or tannic taste, that's why it's so good with this espresso, because it's adjacent in taste to that. Not the same. I'm not saying it tastes like coffee. The bitter part, that tannic part that we all love so much, those of us that love coffee, the same thing that other people that aren't big fans of coffee probably don't like. And that smoke is still cool and powdery. That smell is like, it's still leathery, that leather book, but man, it's warming up. But this burn line's getting a little uneven again. I'm going to toast it up just a little. It doesn't take much. I just need to even it out. And my little laser torch lighter is not lighting tonight. That is a leather-bound book, dude. That is so nice. And by the way, quick hack for you. If So I'm out here. I've got my little heater on, but it's cold out here. It's wintertime. It is, I mean, it's low 40s. But this thing did not want to light when I first came out here for nothing. So if you have that happen because you've set your lighter out on a cool surface, put the lighter in your pocket or put it somewhere where it's, got your skin against it so it can heat up, and then it'll work like a charm. Not all the time, but in this case it's working fine, and that's what I do regularly. Man, there's something in that as I'm getting about halfway through with this, I love a Habano wrapper. I mean, this is Ecuadorian Habano, and I know I mention it all the time. I'll have to do a full, like, straight up review on it at some point, but that Perdomo Habano bourbon barrel aged, I haven't had the sun grown, but the Maduro is what I've been smoking. That thing is like, I feel like it was built to smell good. I don't even think they gave a shit about the taste. I think it was built around the aroma, and that's a Habano wrapper as well. Man, there's something special about that. That is so nice. That smoke is still cool and talky. I'm getting close. So let's see. So that's a wide ass band, and it goes higher up, right, than where you have to pick at it from the back. So let's see if this thing's warm enough now. I'm stealing from Holt Cigar Company, their technique to kind of wiggle the band a little bit first. Let's see if that works. It's not something I do all the time. That does seem to be breaking it loose from the cigar a little. All right. If I can, I like to keep my cigar bands intact. That came off perfect. Mm-hmm. Holt Cigar Company for the win. So they have some shorts on that. They do it in a couple of their other videos as well. You should check them out. They're a fucking awesome channel. And that smell to me is changing now that everything's warming up. And two, another tip, I have a tendency sometimes to smoke my cigars a little quick. I'm a very time conscious person, and so it's hard maybe sometimes for me to relax a little bit. I'll get to thinking about shit that's irritating me and I'll fucking puff away. But because I'm doing this video and I'm really trying to be present, I'm smoking the cigar quite a bit slower than I might otherwise, and it's giving it a chance to build. I just caught the smell of something sweet adjacent. I wouldn't say sweet, but definitely picking up the smell of some kind of oil, like a clean oil, like an unused machine oil or something, like 3-in-1 oil or something like that. Not strong, not a strong burnt oil, very clean, crisp. That smoke is still powdery, man, and the smoke is still cool halfway through the cigar, and that smoke is still pleasant and cool, powdery. Great texture on that smoke. That smell is very clean. I don't want to say soap, but again, an unscented candle, just when it's warming up and it's in, I don't know, if your wife or maybe you or whoever ever gets a candle and they light it in, they come in a little wood looking, I don't know what wicker, I don't know what that is. But as it warms up, whatever that little wood container is that they put them in, the candle gets hot and it just warms that wood of whatever kind. I wouldn't say cedar. Man, that's definitely got a sweeter smell than cedar to me. That is nice. That is comforting. To be such a strong smell coming off the foot, the smoke on the draw is delicate, not overpowering. That retrohale, I always hear people say peppery. I think they're talking about the texture. And I definitely get pepper, like ground peppercorn, but that might be light enough that you could, I don't know that I have a discerning enough smelling ability or texture feeling ability to discern between different types of pepper. But I would say, if I had to pick a name for that, that would be white pepper on the texture for the retrohale. And maybe I am a pepper texture expert, because when I was a kid, I had to mow my grandma's yard. First, it was a nightmare because she had electric lawnmower and weed eater, and you had to use an extension cord, and so you had to go, work your way away from the plug so that you didn't run over the cord. But two, in her yard, which was on like a 45-degree angle, pretty fun to mow, she had 2 peppercorn trees, red peppercorns. If you've not gone through the torture of mowing over a bunch of peppercorns, that shit, I've never been pepper sprayed, but I'd have to imagine it would be similar. That was rough. So it's definitely not red peppercorn on that retro hill. Man, that smell is it's evolving to something that I just can't put my finger on just yet. Let's look up an aroma wheel. So looking at this aroma wheel, it's helping me out. I almost forgot that I started off with leather. When I ride a motorcycle, I'll wear those fingerless leather gloves in the summertime, and that sun beating down on them, they get really hot, and they get a scent comes off of them. But it's sweeter than that. Man, it's not quite that, but it is so close. So here's one of my problems with a flavor wheel, and this is something that we might all want to do as we're picking these things up. There's a whole category for spice. Allspice. I don't know what the hell allspice smells like. Anise. I don't know what that is. Balsamic. Is that a spice? I thought that was vinegar. It's not that. Bittersweet. Is that a spice? Cardamom? I don't know. Cinnamon? I wouldn't say cinnamon. Clove? That's not clove. I don't think I know. I haven't smelled clove in forever, other than like clove that's in the yard. Cumin, not that. Fresh spice. Like, how is that on the freaking wheel? Fresh spice. What spice? Pisses me off. It's not ginger, not licorice, not nutmeg. Sweet spice. I mean, if that's a thing, maybe that's it. What the hell is sweet spice? Turmeric? Nah. Vanilla. I would not call that vanilla. Flowers. So it just says flowers, and then it has lavender. So do I pick up? I don't think I pick up any kind of a flower smell. So we are using deductive logic here. Fruits. Blackcurrant. Don't think I've ever smelled it. It's not citrus. Dried fruit or prune. Let's see. Dried fruit or prune. I don't know that I could say that. It's way cleaner. I would say compared to dried fruit or prune, I would say this is more lands on the cleaner side of something like fabric softener on the smell. These other fruits don't quite do it. Let's look at sweet. Rum or pastry tart. I don't think so. Marzipan. What the fuck is marzipan? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to get some sort of, like, I don't know, an aroma, like, scratch and sniff book or some shit so that I can learn what these things smell like. Honey, no. Chocolate milk, no. Chocolate milk? No. Cappuccino, no. Brown sugar, no. Gingerbread, no. Let's get into these nuts. Dude, it's just not nutty to me. It's way more on the... fabric softener's not it, but that's way closer to me than any of these nuts that are on here, at least to me. So toasted. So let's go through these. I'm just going to read these off. Toasted bread, smoked, roasted meat, malt, coffee, cocoa bitter, cocoa, caramel or caramel, brioche, bread or biscuit cookie. It's not, I don't think it's any of those. God, it's nice. It's so pleasant, though. So now we're into other. Tar, sulfur, pharmaceutical, fermented hay, dust, coal, cardboard, or ammonia. Cardboard, maybe a little bit. I don't know, sweet. And it's not, when I say sweet, I'm not talking like sweet. It's more clean. The smell I'm getting, either I don't know the smell from this aroma wheel. Oh, here's herb. Fern, grass, hay, tea, wet leaves. It's not that. That's that. Now that Punch Champion had some real earthy stuff going on, and we've got vegetable here. Vegetable. I mean, that's a smell. It doesn't say vegetal. It says vegetable, as though there's only one vegetable, because we all know that an onion smells just like a potato. I need a better aroma wheel. I need something more in my wheelhouse. I'd say we're probably 40 minutes plus into this cigar. That ash is not wobbly. Been out here long enough that espresso's starting to cool off. Man, but it feels good. That espresso with heavy cream is a very good match to me for the texture of this smoke. This smoke Again, I wouldn't call it creamy. I would call that smoke texture powdery. I would say that taste, and it might still be a texture thing. If you got peanuts, like those that still have the red skin on them, you know, shelled peanuts, but they still have that red shit on them, whatever it is, that peanut skin, I don't know. But that would be kind of that bitterness taste that I'm getting. Again, pleasant. I don't hate it. I always liked those peanuts around Christmas time. Man, that is like a hot dryer. Like a hot dryer that had something with fabric softener in it. Some sort of, not towels, maybe sheets, but something thicker than sheets. Like hoodies. Like if you had a dryer that had some hoodies in it, like a hot dryer, the hoodies had been washed with fabric softener. Maybe there's some fabric softener sheets in there with them, but it's nice and hot, comforting. That is a comforting smell. Fucking Habano wrappers, man. There's something building as this thing's getting, that much left on it. Man, that smells good. Even that smell's starting to evolve a little now. I mean, it's still got that hot dryer full of fabric softened hoodie smell to it. And it's really, really pleasant. And I'm telling you, this is the way to enjoy a cigar. Chasing down those smells, chasing down those flavors, being present with it. This is by far the most relaxed I've been all week. This thing's really starting to cook now. That smoke's warming up. It's not harsh. It's not hot. But it's not quite as cool as it was. I would say it's less of a powdery texture now. Definitely not unpleasant, but not quite as cool and chill as it was. But that's what happens. You get down this close and the cigar's been burning for, I don't know, almost an hour, and they wake up. They wake up and they start offering something different. The smell is different, maybe not as concentrated on the that Habano wrapper smoke smell that I was getting that whole time. And look at that. You can see that thing, maybe not on video, but it is shiny. It is shiny because of all the oils that are in it. It's veiny from all the veins in those leaves. I know what you're thinking. Stop it. Starting to pick up a little bit of a char again. Again, not burnt to an oblivion. Just a little bit of a crisp. That clean smell is still there. That nuttiness, that peanut, that red peanut skin, that shit that flakes off of peanuts, that's still there to me on the taste. And this, to me, a lot of times is when a cigar starts getting really good. Now, I'm cheap as hell, so I smoke them down till I can't hold them anymore. Usually use a nubber. I will probably get a nubber out for this one. But when they get this short, when you draw, your nose is so much closer to the foot now that as you draw, that smoke comes up and you can catch some of that. And so I'll tell you, I usually like to double down on tastes and aromas, but I can't think of a spirit that has that sweet smell to it like that. There's bourbons. Bourbons are kind of by nature sweet, but I said Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel would be good with this, and I might change my mind. I think a regular old Maker's Mark. They're pretty sweet. That was the bourbon that made me fall in love with drinking straight bourbon. And I know everybody has their ways they like to drink stuff, but because of that cool smoke and because I like to double down on textures, a Maker's Mark on ice. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to save my other one of these for when my dry January's up, and I can see myself having this on a cool evening when the sun's going down with a Maker's Mark on ice, maybe even out by the fire. I don't know. Probably up on the deck. So this thing is not changing so much now. That clean smell is still there. We're definitely down into the last third here. This thing's warming up, keeping the smoke slow so that I don't overchar this thing. We're roughly an hour into this. All right, let's nub this thing. So another trick. I did a V-cut on this, but if I nub it from the side, When it starts getting close, it's going to burn the top and the bottom of my lip. So I'm going to turn it like this and then come in and nub it from the side. So that way, at least for me, because I don't smoke off to one side like a lot of people. It probably looks cooler to do that. But now, as I'm nubbing that thing in the middle, the heat from the V-cut is on the sides. And so I don't burn my mouth, my top and bottom lip in the middle, and I can smoke it for a little bit longer, which is what I want to do. I'm going to call it. I'm going to finish smoking this off camera. I don't expect it's going to change much. To recap, on the startup, leather-bound book on the smell, charred leather on the taste. As I kept going, that smell either evolved or I picked it up later. Very hot hoodies out of a hot dryer with fabric softener smell, tannic taste and feel from the red skin on peanuts. Cool powdery smoke almost throughout till I got to the final third. Then it warmed up a little bit. Thing was good through and through. Relatively robust ash. I feel like this would be excellent with a maker's mark on ice to complement that cool powdery smoke and that sweet smell. So that is my review of the Ave Maria Argentum Perfecto. Hopefully you found some B-side magic. This is Deep Cut Energy. I'm BD. Enjoy your smoke, enjoy your drink, enjoy your life, and as always, y'all have a good one. Oh, this motherfucking piece of shit. I just fucking filled it, too. I can tell that ain't light and fucking even. Oh, this fucking piece of shit. Oh, I'm fucking getting fucking ill. God damn it. And I just fucking filled this other motherfucker. Fuck, can't have nothing nice. God damn it. Fucking piece of shit. This little bastard's already starting to canoe on one fucking side. And I fucking get irritated with a fucking Perfecto, man. Glasses seem uneven. Cheap ass bifocals.